Well, why won't you just stay home and teach your kids yourself since you want to complain about supplies? Oh, that sounds lovely. What a privilege and a luxury that many parents don't have. In today's economy in America, KKK, it takes about 2 people living in the home to pay the rent. Studio apartments in my area, $1,500 a month, utilities not included. And to even be on some of these housing programs, you still have to make a certain amount, income-based apartments. They still require you to have a certain amount. They have like a set price and you need to be able to pay that every month. Parents have to pay and raise their children and provide food for their children, just like the state should be required to fund the lunch that the children have to have since they're required to be there for like 8 hours, like an entire fucking shift. The state should also be required for funding supplies, so there's no complaints from teachers and then there's no complaints from parents. And mind you, you chose to be a teacher. I wanted to be a teacher growing up, but then I realized that like teaching the curriculum that is full of shit and does nothing to benefit the child, it's not proving how smart these kids are. They're not preparing them for life. They're not, teaching them any like survival skills, basic life skills. You're not teaching anything that's like really productive and that they're going to use for the rest of your life. Because I promise you, there's not one fucking thing that I learned in school that I use in my daily life. There's not a fucking thing. Not a fucking thing. Teachers don't want to teach no fucking more. The state just wants fucking slaves. And then you're mad at parents because they don't want to pay for school supplies. My child is required to be there. I don't have the privilege, the funding, the opportunity to stay home and teach her myself. Because if I would be teaching her the bullshit that y'all are teaching her. And then y'all get on the internet and complain about how stupid these kids are when you're the teacher. Isn't that a reflection of your teaching skills? No. And I'm not saying that some of the parents that are complaining are like, it's just I mean, some of them are valid, but some of them not so much. Me complaining is 100% valid. My situation is a little different. I'm not able to afford these things right now. And I don't feel like I should be responsible for having to provide that for anybody else. Just like I don't expect anybody else to provide that for my child. And if I buy something for my child, that's for my child and my child only. That's what I mean. I think this whole conversation took a turn for the worse. And I think a lot of people use this as an opportunity to stereotype Black people. And it's very unfortunate that a lot of these teachers are playing into the stereotypes of Black children. Baby, you were a Black child and you were probably one of those Black children that they were talking about once upon a time. If you don't want to be a teacher, don't be a teacher. You have to understand as a teacher, as anyone working with children, that there are different types of children. Children are individuals. They're people with different types of personalities, backgrounds. They think differently. They operate differently. That's why it's important for teachers to have different types of teaching skills. You can't just teach kids all one way. All kids don't learn that way. Some are visual learners. Some you have to be hands-on with. Bless you. It just seems it's the same thing with healthcare. Y'all don't want to help people. You just want to be in a field because of the money. Now, teachers don't make that much money. So to choose something like that, I would hope that you're passionate about it. I understand that you can be burned out quickly because I love being in healthcare, but the burnout is real. I love being in healthcare, but I know for a fact that I don't want to be a nurse. So I would never go to school to be a nurse just so I can be a nurse and then bitch and complain about the things that I have to do as a nurse. That's a part of being the nurse. You learn these things in school. They teach you about these things. This is what you have to do. I don't want to be a nurse. That was never written in the cards for me. I didn't even know that I was going to work well in the medical field until I got a reading done. And the lady told me this years ago, even before I got into the medical field, that how great I would be in it. And I love it. I do. But the burnout, whew. But I know that I belong in this field. And if I'm not happy with my position, I'll go find a different one.